Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here. Welcome to my craft room. I'm stamping with you today with some of the Ornate dies. This is for one of my January club cards, and then in a year it will be released to the general public on my YouTube channel. So this is the card we're going to make right now, and it uses purple posy cardstock and gorgeous grape for the sentiment. And then on the inside, I've also used one of the special dies. And on the envelope, I've used a stamp out of Dragonfly Garden. Okay, so this is Dragonfly Garden, and I'm using this set of stamps there. And then the thank you comes from Ornate Thanks, and it's part of the Ornate family. So I did this one thank you, but I'm going to try thinking of you instead. And that comes from Woven Heirlooms. The embossing in the background is one of the Meadow Moments embossing folders, and these are one of the little ones that you can use if you have the mini machine, or you are thinking of getting the mini machine, but it works good in the big machine as well. Okay, and then the dies, Ornate Layers and Ornate Borders. So here's all the dies that we're going to be using. Get those out of the way. Put this over here. Okay, so we have Purple Posy 8.5 by 5.5. And then I cut, it's actually not 8.5 by 5.5, it's 8.5 by 7.5. So I cut an inch off of the bottom, because on this one I tried to die cut right on the card base and it didn't work. You can see my mung here. Yeah, so that 1 inch piece cut off, and then I've cut 1.5, and we're going to die cut that and then add it on the bottom like that. We have a piece that's 5.25 by 3, and that's to do the embossing part. Then we have some Whisper White. There's a piece for the inside. There's a piece that is 2 by 5.5, and that's going to do this die here. And then there's a piece that is 1.25 by 4.25, and that's going to do the sentiment. Okay, get some die cutting happening here. First of all, I'm going to stamp. Oh, and there's 2 pieces of ribbon. Some of you got this lovely purple posy ribbon, and some of you got the white ribbon, because I ran out. So I'm using the purple posy one on this one. I'm going to stamp. The stamp is crooked and it's driving me crazy. I haven't even used it yet. I'm using Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the piece 1.25 by 4.25 in the middle, like that. I love the font on this. It's so pretty. Okay, die cut. We need to... So this gets this one. Need to bend it so it makes good contact. Hopefully it's not going to be too wide. If it's too wide, I have a backup piece. We'll make this work. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to cut this die. So we'll do those. Oh, wait, this one has to be upside down. There we go. I'm going to run that through the machine. Uh-oh, my white moved. Hang on. I think it's time for a new cutting plate. Okay, it's going through. Slowly giving it a chance to die cut. Get rid of all those little pieces. There we go. Look at that, it popped right out. Except now all the little pieces are in there. So, bang it in your garbage can. Because almost all of them will come out. And then you just have a few in here left. So I'm just going to run my brush on there. Get rid of those. Not that I have to right now because I'm not cutting anything else with it, but you know. Okay, and then the sentiment one. Oh, that worked. Yay! Okay, so we have those two. Now we have to cut that purple strip. Get my magnetic plate out again, and this. Now, if you have this at home, you have to be careful because there's this part, there's a cutting part and a not cutting part. So if you look here, it cuts it off, but the top part, it doesn't cut it off. So you have to make sure that you put the part with the cutting on the bottom so you can see that because this is a continuous line here. Whereas if you look up on this edge, it's not a continuous line. It's just the pieces are die cut. So that goes on here like this, and you want to put it up right on the edge. There's a little bit of play, and make sure you've centered it there. Okay. Now, it's my washi tape because I want to flip this over. But I want to hold it in place because otherwise when I flip it I'm not going to get it where I want it. There we go. I'll just flip that over, run that through. By the time I'm done these 3 cards, it'll be time to get the vacuum out. And I'm just slowly running it through. And by putting it upside down, it cuts it. And it makes a really nice job. As long as you remember to do it upside down, you're fine. Okay. That there. Most of our little pieces and just gently pull the washi tape off. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of washi tape. I guess I'll have to go and find some of the double-sided repositionable tape that's out there. Oh, little pieces, how you are the bane of my existence all over my floor. Okay. Now, the inside piece, I need to die cut that. So I need this die, and I want it here. Okay, where did I put the die? Uh-oh. Where'd the die go? Well, there it is. I need the washi tape off of it. Okay. So I just put it on there and kind of center it. Leave enough room here so that you can get adhesive, or put a piece of adhesive sheet on. That would work too. Okay, I'll just run that through upside down at an angle. And with the new machines, I've discovered that you don't have, and the new dies, you don't have to double cut stuff because it cuts it really nice the first time. And if you go in second time, you risk the chance of squishing the pieces right into the die, and then they're really hard to get out. Okay, so there's my inside piece. Okay, let's do some oh, we didn't emboss. Okay, have to emboss this piece. There we go. Stick that in there. And presto changeo. Take it from an embossing or a die cutting machine to an embossing machine. And run that through. I have 4 videos that I have to do today. Today is my video day. I've been trying very hard to do things in batches. Slowly making it work. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put some adhesive on here. Right at the very top. And then line this up at the bottom. Like this. Come on. And then close that on top of it. And there we are. Perfect. Except for these little pieces here that, you know me, bother me. There we go. Okay. So that's that. Now this piece gets the ribbon wrapped around. Now if you've got 2 pieces that are not the same length, you want to put the longer one around. Now I want to make sure that I get my butterflies going in the right direction here too. My pieces of ribbon are the same. Now this, if you get this purple ribbon, it's not ambidextrous. So it's got more purple on one side than the other side. So if you don't want the purple showing, turn it over. Okay, come on. Up there. Put this here. I want to make sure it's on there straight. I love my grid paper. There we are. Okay. I'm going to put this right on top. And this isn't popped up or anything. This is just flat. Kind of center it here. Like that. Now this piece, you just wrap it around. If you have the white ribbon, it's ambidextrous and you don't have to do these little fancy tricks. Okay, so to get it so that the purple is out, you just kind of give it a bit of a twist before you pull it tight. Now I'm going to move it, see if I can move it over a bit. I don't want it quite that close to the edge. There we go. Okay, so now I've got it where I want, and I've got the pieces out that I want. And I'll just give it a good tug. And get the ribbon scissors. That's too long. Cut a little bit more off. There we go. Because I don't want it sticking out past the edge of the card. I'll never get in the envelope. There we are. Okay. Now, this goes on flat. Come on. Move. There we are. Oops. Some days this adhesive works and some days it doesn't, but most of the time it works. Okay, so that goes on there flat. This is going to go on here. Not interesting, it's smudged there. I don't know how it's smudged. Gonna get some dimensional pieces. You could use foam strips too for this if you wanted. Make sure you get enough underneath that it won't sag on you. There we are. And that's going to go right there like that. So next month, Donna has requested Snailed It. So now I'm going to have to come up with some cards. I think I need to order some more designer paper. There we go. Oh, I like it with that purple ribbon. That's really pretty. Okay, so the inside piece goes in. And I'm just going to run some adhesive down the outside here, like that. And then I'm going to take my Tombow and do some Tombow dots along here so that it stays down. Like that. And then in the middle-ish. There. Just put that in here, like that. Push that down so that, ooh, I forgot to put it on those two sticking up things. Oh well. There we go. Okay. Now, envelope. And I'm going to use Highland Heather for the envelope. And I have some people say these are dragonflies, but dragonflies don't look like that to me. These look like butterflies. So I'm calling them butterflies. And I'm using them because that embossing folder that that embossing folder I used has butterflies on it. So I'm kind of tying the theme together. There we go. And while I'm at it, we'll stamp my name on the back, because then it's done. Here we are. So there's that card. And you can use whatever sentiment you have on hand. You know what? I just realized. Oh my good Lord. That's upside down. Okay, I will be fixing that because I don't want that. How could I possibly have done that upside down? That is just bizarre. Oh well. C'est la vie. I'll fix it. So thanks so much for stamping with me. I hope you enjoy this Glenda Mollet original card in gorgeous purples. We'll see you soon in my craft room. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.